Hey everyone, welcome to our first lesson on statistics. So today we're going to be looking at population versus sample and biased versus unbiased. You may have heard of these terms before, but we're going to kind of take a little deeper look and see what they mean to us. So first, our definition on statistics. A branch of mathematics dealing with the collection, analysis, interpretation, and presentation of numerical data. It sounds like a lot. Numerical data has to deal with numbers, so we want to be able to collect it, see what it means, and show other people what we found. So when collecting data, you have to look at the population versus the sample. So the population of interest, that's everyone that you're looking at, whether it's the whole group of 7th graders, whether it's all sports fans, something like that. So the population is the bigger group and the sample is what we're actually looking at. It's very hard to get the whole population to answer a question, so we normally look at a sample and then use that to determine information about the population. So our population is the entire group of individuals that we want information from. And the sample is going to be the part of the population that is actually studied. Okay, we're not going to actually study everything in the population, so that's why we need to take a sample. So if we look at number 1 here, Gary wants to see the favorite food of 7th graders. He has 20 random 7th graders in the school. We want to see which is the population and which is the sample. So the population is going to be the whole entire group, which is going to be all 7th graders, and the sample are the 27th graders that he got to ask the question. For number 2, Michaela wants to see what sports the adults in her hometown like the most. She asked 10 of her adult neighbors what their favorite sports team is. Okay. Now the population here, she wants to look at all the adults in her hometown, right? Not all the adults in the whole entire country or the whole entire world, just her hometown. So that's going to be our population. Now she didn't get to ask every adult in the world, so she only got to ask 10. That's going to be the sample. So the population are adults in her hometown, and the sample is going to be the 10 neighbors. So the sample is just a part of the whole entire population. Next, looking at biased versus unbiased. So biased is going to be something that's unfairly prejudiced or against someone or something. Unbiased is going to be showing no prejudice for or against something. So basically biased, we're going to think of as being fair, and unbiased is going to be not fair. So for number 1, Mary wants to determine what people's favorite baseball team is, so she surveys 40 random people at a Mets game. Now if we want to determine if this is biased or unbiased, so she wants to know people's favorite baseball team. Okay, now she surveys 40 random people, that's good, but it's at a Mets game. So this is actually going to be biased. It's unfair because if they're at a Mets game, you would think that their favorite team is probably the Mets. Now, it doesn't mean that every single person there is going to say the Mets, but it's more likely that they're going to say the Mets than any other team. Next, 2. To determine the favorite color of 6th graders, Tony surveys 20 random 6th graders and asks them, what is your favorite color? Okay, so looking at this. Wants to know their favorite color, 20 random 6th graders, that's good, and what is your favorite color? This is unbiased. Okay, this is a good question. Now, if Tony said, hey, green means you're smart, what's your favorite color? That would be biased because he's leading them to pick green over any other color. And we like that he picked 20 random 6th graders. If he picked 20 6th graders all wearing red t-shirts, that would be biased. That would be a biased sample because even though it might not be red their favorite color, it's more likely that they're going to choose the color that they're wearing. And the last one here. Barry is determining if people in the town want to build a new swing set. He has 30 people at the park for their opinion. Okay, now he wants to see if they want a new swing set. He has 30 people and they're at the park for their opinion. Now, what's wrong about this one is that he's asking people at the park. So this is going to be biased. He's asking people at the park if they want a swing set. Guess where they put swing sets? In the park. So if they're at the park, they're probably in favor of having a new swing set. This would be a biased sample. All right. So hopefully you guys learned a little bit about population versus sample and also biased versus unbiased.